El Paso del Norte, 1723, Fire and Song, copyright 2026 by Robert Monroe Turner. All rights reserved. No portion of this book may be reproduced in any form without written permission from the publisher or author, except as permitted by U.S. copyright law. Captain Diego de Villegas had not eaten since yesterday's dawn. Pride kept him from begging for grain at the Tigua mission, so he wandered the bosque searching for berries. The mesquite offered thorns, the cottonwoods gave shade. He was turning back when he heard it. A voice, a woman singing in a tongue he did not know but understood the way a man understands rain after drought. The melody dipped like a hawk over the Franklin Mountains, each note so clear it felt like the land itself speaking. His feet moved before his mind gave permission. Then came the scent, something roasting, rich with smoke and a heat that was alive. His stomach growled, loud and shameless, like a mountain cat startled from sleep. He had led men through sieges, yet his own belly betrayed him to a song and a smell. He stepped into the mission courtyard. Isabella, she stood before a clay comal over mesquite coals, dark hair braided with red and gold, eyes closed, singing while her hands shaped the rising steam. Tortillas blistered beside venison in a sauce the color of sunset, burnt orange bleeding into a red so rich it pulsed. Roasted garlic floated like pale stones in a river of fire, and beneath it all, binding everything, the chili. His stomach growled again, and her eyes opened. She studied him like a woman deciding whether to feed a stray dog, amused, unhurried. "Your belly speaks louder than your boots, Spaniard. Sit, eat." The first bite undid him. The chili bloomed slow, smoky, then sweet, then something floral that had no right existing in a desert. The venison melted against the char of the tortilla, and beneath it he tasted mesquite smoke, wild honey, the faintest memory of the river. He closed his eyes and saw his mother's kitchen in Andalusia. The food unlocked rooms inside him he had boarded shut years ago. When he opened his eyes, they were wet. The chile, what is it? My great-great-grandmother Aqua found them in a hidden valley in the Huecos, Isabella said. Beside a spring no one has seen before or since. She brought the seeds home. They grow only for the women of our line. The soil knows our hands. Diego set his plate down the way a man handles something holy. Then he lowered himself to his knees in the dirt. Isabella, I ask not as a soldier, but as a man who has finally tasted something true. Will you let me earn a place at your table? I vow to love you, protect you, provide for you, not because you need it, but because it would be the first honorable thing I have ever done. She looked at him a long time, then she took his rough hand and pulled him to his feet. You may rise, but know this. She placed her hand over her heart. The chile is sacred, but it is not my secret. My mother told me the day she taught me to cook. The ingredient that matters most cannot be grown or ground or harvested by moonlight. She stepped closer, close enough that he smelled the smoke in her hair, the wild honey on her wrist. The secret is love, Diego. Every dish I make with love. For my people, for this land, for every woman who stood at this fire before me. That is what you tasted. That is what brought you to your knees. The fire crackled. Isabella began to sing again, softly, and Diego sat beside her in the fading light, armor and all, listening to the only music that had ever made him feel like he had finally come home.